The Dallas Cowboys are entering a pivotal stretch of the season, and the buzz around the team is reaching a fever pitch. Over the weekend, the franchise officially opened a 21-day practice window for Trayvon Diggs, signaling a significant step in his comeback from injury. Fans have been eagerly anticipating his return, and while this move was expected after weeks of careful planning, it still represents a major milestone for the team. Head coach Dr. Jerry had laid out a strategy for Diggs' reintegration into practice, and now the plan is coming to fruition. Diggs participated in a lighter session on Sunday, a controlled environment designed to help him ease back into football activities while testing his readiness to compete at the highest level. League rules give teams a maximum of 21 days to activate a player returning from injured reserve, providing flexibility in managing recovery and roster adjustments. This window allows the Cowboys to determine the optimal timing for Diggs' official return, with an emphasis on ensuring he is fully prepared to impact the field. The team is reportedly aiming for him to be available in the upcoming matchup against the Detroit Lions, a game where his presence could significantly strengthen the secondary and alleviate some of the pressure that has built up over the season. Trayvon Diggs himself expressed a mix of excitement and focus during his first practice back. He has emphasized the importance of maintaining his momentum and contributing meaningfully to the team's efforts. Diggs' season has been marked by inconsistency, particularly in coverage assignments, and injuries have affected his ability to perform at his usual high standards. Despite moments of vulnerability in man-to-man and zone responsibilities, his track record shows that he has the skill set to dominate when fully healthy. Fans and analysts alike are hoping that the cornerback who impressed so strongly early in his career will re-emerge with the same athleticism, awareness, and playmaking ability that made him one of the most respected defenders in the league. His return is seen as a positive development, not just for the impact he can have on the field, but for the stability it brings to a defensive backfield that has faced challenges throughout the season. By returning to full capacity, Diggs can relieve other corners from heavy workloads and provide coaches with greater flexibility in managing rotations and matchups. The cornerback group has experienced highs and lows this season, and Diggs' return offers the opportunity to stabilize that unit. At times, opposing offenses have avoided targeting his side of the field, obscuring some of the struggles that emerged in his absence. Matchups like the game against the Eagles highlighted this, where Diggs remained largely untested, making it difficult to evaluate his overall performance based solely on statistics. Nevertheless, the team clearly benefits from having a player of his caliber back in the rotation. With playoff aspirations in sight, every win becomes increasingly important, and the presence of Diggs strengthens the team's ability to defend against high-powered passing attacks. Alongside him, other players such as Kalen Carson are being closely monitored, with the hope that they can return to full participation and provide additional depth to the secondary. The Cowboys have multiple options for managing snaps and player rotations, carefully balancing the needs of veterans and newcomers to ensure that Diggs can reintegrate effectively without being overexerted in the early stages of his comeback. At the same time, the practice squad has welcomed a dynamic addition in Israel Anakanda. Known for his explosive athleticism and playmaking potential, Anakanda has the physical traits necessary to create impactful moments, even in limited opportunities. Standing at 5 feet 10 inches and weighing 216 pounds, his combination of speed, strength, and vertical leaping ability positions him as a versatile and dangerous offensive weapon. Though his professional career has been relatively brief, with experience across multiple training camps and practice squads, the Cowboys appear committed to giving him the opportunity to showcase his talents and develop within the team system. Fans have been following his progress since the draft, and his integration into the Dallas roster has sparked excitement about the possibilities he brings to the field. His presence adds a fresh energy to practice sessions and could translate into valuable contributions on game day, particularly if he continues to demonstrate growth and reliability in his role. Meanwhile, the Cowboys face important decisions in managing the roster to activate Diggs officially. Adjustments may involve placing a player on injured reserve or releasing someone to open space on the 53-man roster. Defensive tackle Jay Toia, often inactive for games, could be a candidate for such a move, allowing the team to retain his long-term value while creating an active roster spot. Similarly, the cornerback rotation requires careful consideration. With players like Don Bland, Savone Rebel, Reddy Stewart, and Bridges competing for snaps, the reintroduction of Diggs will likely necessitate adjustments to playing time. Coaches may strategically manage his snap count, particularly in the early stages of his return, to ensure he remains fresh and fully capable of making an immediate impact. Balancing contributions while protecting player health is a nuanced challenge, but it is crucial for sustaining performance across the critical stretch of the season. Quarterback depth has also been a focal point, with players like Josh Butler ready to step in if necessary. While he has been prepared since mid-season, roster constraints have limited his active participation, highlighting the intricacies of roster management under league rules. Integrating returning players like Diggs requires careful coordination, weighing performance, health, and strategic needs. Every decision carries consequences that ripple through practice, game day execution, and overall team performance. The Cowboys' approach emphasizes maximizing the potential of each player while maintaining a cohesive and effective unit capable of competing at the highest level. As the team approaches the latter part of the season, every element of roster management, player readiness, and strategy becomes increasingly significant. Diggs' return is more than a physical boost. It represents an opportunity to elevate the defensive backfield, instill confidence, and provide leadership to a group that has endured both challenges and inconsistency. Young players like Anakanda bring vitality and potential, complementing the experience and skill of returning veterans. Each practice, each snap, and each matchup now carries greater weight, and the team's ability to capitalize on these developments will play a key role in shaping the final outcomes of the season. Fans are eagerly watching to see how these roster moves translate into on-field performance, understanding that the right balance of experience, talent, and strategic deployment could determine the difference between a solid campaign and a competitive push toward the playoffs. Integrating returning players like Diggs requires more than simply reintroducing them into practices. It involves timing, communication, and chemistry with teammates. Coaches must ensure the rhythm of the defense remains intact while allowing new and returning players to adapt to evolving rotations. Diggs' presence has the potential to elevate his teammates' confidence, improve defensive cohesion, and create opportunities for game-changing plays. The strategic management of snap counts and matchups will be crucial in maximizing his impact while minimizing injury risk. The combination of veteran leadership, emerging talent, and careful coaching decisions sets the stage for the Cowboys to optimize performance as the season moves toward critical matchups. Fans' anticipation is matched by cautious optimism, as previous injuries have tempered expectations. Yet there is widespread recognition that a fully healthy and focused Trayvon Diggs could dramatically improve the secondary and influence key matchups. Monitoring the practice progress, snap counts, and rotational decisions for players such as Carson, Bridges, and Bland will provide insight into the team's approach to balancing readiness, performance, and sustainability. The interplay of experience, athleticism, and strategic deployment creates a scenario in which the Cowboys can maximize every opportunity to compete at a high level, ensuring that their late-season push is executed with precision and awareness. Veteran leadership and emerging talent are converging as the team navigates these critical weeks. Attention to detail, smart coaching decisions, and consistent player performance will all contribute to the team's trajectory. Every snap, practice session, and game day choice carries significance, and with Diggs returning alongside dynamic young players ready to seize opportunities, the Cowboys are positioning themselves for a stretch of football where health, execution, and strategy will define the outcomes. The defensive backfield remains the central focus, with Diggs' return expected to bring stability, skill, and leadership, offering the coaching staff the flexibility to manage matchups effectively and reinforce a unit that has faced adversity throughout the season. As the Cowboys continue to integrate Trayvon Diggs back into the lineup, the coaching staff is faced with the delicate task of balancing his return with the ongoing development of younger players. Every defensive snap carries increased significance as the season approaches its most critical juncture, and the staff is acutely aware that timing, chemistry, and execution will be decisive in determining the team's success. Diggs' return is not simply about bolstering coverage. It represents a strategic opportunity to stabilize the secondary, allowing coaches to implement more complex schemes and rotations with confidence. Communication between cornerbacks and safeties has been a key focus in practice, ensuring that the entire backfield can operate cohesively despite the frequent personnel changes that injuries have forced upon the team. The ability of Diggs to read opposing offenses, anticipate routes, and provide leadership on the field can elevate the performance of those around him, making the secondary more resilient against dynamic passing attacks. In addition to Diggs, attention has shifted to how the rotation among cornerbacks will be structured in the coming games. Players like Don Bland, Reddy Stewart, and Savone Rebel will see their snap counts carefully managed, with coaches seeking to maximize effectiveness while preventing fatigue or overexposure. This is particularly important given the demanding schedule ahead and the caliber of opponents the Cowboys will face in the final stretch of the season. The staff is likely to design situational packages that allow each player to leverage their strengths while keeping the defense fresh and adaptable. By alternating matchups, rotating assignments, and strategically distributing snaps, the Cowboys aim to create a secondary that can consistently respond to challenges without compromising performance or risking injury. This approach is indicative of a team that understands the critical interplay between health, skill, and tactical execution, recognizing that one misstep can have cascading effects during high-stakes games. Meanwhile, Israel Anakanda's presence in practice continues to generate excitement and intrigue. His explosiveness and athletic profile make him an immediate threat whenever he touches the ball, whether in rotational running back duties, special teams, or situational packages designed to exploit defensive weaknesses. Coaches are closely monitoring his adaptation to professional-level speed and physicality, while simultaneously observing how his energy influences the broader group. The addition of a player with such dynamic tools injects competition into the practice environment, challenging veteran players to elevate their performance while providing the staff with alternative offensive strategies. Fans have noticed the potential for Anakanda to create momentum-changing plays, and while patience is required for his development, the team clearly values his ability to generate impact in high-pressure scenarios. His skill set complements the veterans returning from injury, creating a balance of experience, athleticism, and unpredictability that can be leveraged strategically. Roster management remains a nuanced challenge, particularly as the Cowboys navigate league rules regarding injured reserve designations, active roster limits, and practice squad assignments. Every decision regarding who sits, who rotates, and who is activated has far-reaching implications for game day performance and season-long success. Players like Jay Toia may be moved to IR to free space for Diggs, while quarterback depth, including readiness from players like Josh Butler, must be considered in tandem to maintain overall team balance. Coaches are making every choice with an eye toward maximizing player availability and effectiveness, recognizing that a single roster adjustment can ripple through the team's performance in unexpected ways. The precision required in managing these elements underscores the complexity of professional football at this level, where talent, health, and strategy converge to determine the outcome of each game. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Whispers are rippling through league circles, and the latest one has stirred a mix of disbelief, excitement, and outright confusion. Derwin James Jr., the defensive cornerstone long tied to the identity of the Los Angeles Chargers, is said to have cut ties with the franchise and slipped into the iconic star-stamped jersey of the Dallas Cowboys. No official confirmations, no polished statements, just a sudden surge of chatter suggesting that the All-Pro safety may be preparing for a seismic shift in his career. Observers claim James was spotted near the Cowboys' facilities, fueling speculation that something big is brewing behind tightly closed doors. Those close to the situation insist his relationship with the Chargers had quietly frayed over recent months, though no one seems to agree on what may have caused the supposed rupture. Some point to philosophical differences with the front office, while others whisper about behind-the-scenes frustrations regarding his role in the defensive scheme. And now, the image of James walking proudly in navy, silver, and white has sent imagination spiraling. If the rumor proves true, the implications could be enormous. The Cowboys have long searched for a transcendent presence in the secondary. Someone capable of changing the geometry of the field with a single step. Someone who can strike fear in opposing quarterbacks simply by aligning over the slot or hovering near the box. James fits that description better than almost anyone in the league. His blend of physicality, intelligence, and range could open up exotic looks for a Dallas defense already brimming with speed and aggression. Chargers insiders, meanwhile, appear stunned. Losing a player of James's caliber is not just a personnel issue. It's an emotional blow. For years, he has been the heartbeat of the defense, a magnetic leader whose intensity set the tone for everyone around him. Whether this rumored departure comes from dissatisfaction, opportunity, or something else entirely, fans on both sides are bracing for a potential shift that could echo far beyond a single locker room. For now, nothing is certain, but the murmurs are growing louder. And if Derwin James Jr. truly is on the cusp of becoming the newest star in Dallas, the NFL landscape may be about to tilt in a direction no one saw coming. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.